What's good, everybody? It's your girl T. We back with another video. I thought I would make this video, remake it actually, because a few people was telling me it was muted in the middle, in the mid video, whatever. I had to look at it, and it was. I don't know why it was muted, but here we go. About yesterday, like I said, I went on a crazy rant on live, even in a video I did recently. Um, it's just like it's just like this. I'm just a lot of people checked up on me, like, was I okay and shit like that. It's like it's not about like being okay. It's about people are sick and tired. Some people are sick and tired of this shit each and every year, and we had opportunities to win the game. It was a lot of poor decision making through this game. Um, like I said, we put up 28 points, but it just didn't feel like it with the decision making and the play calling that we did. Um, you have a kicker in Chris Boswell, and you just don't use him. You just don't trust him. He's one of the best kickers. I would say like one of the top kickers in the league, and you just don't put your trust in him. He only missed like one fucking field goal the whole entire season, but Chris Boswell been good for us through his years of playing with us in this Steelers organization, and everybody know what he means to this team. You go for it with a backup quarterback and Mason Rudolph, 4th and 9, and you make that decision to go for it, and it's like I kind of shook my head. Well, I did like shook my head, and I was like, "There's no fucking way that you actually went for it with a backup quarterback and Mason Rudolph." And like, I'm not saying that because Mason Rudolph has won us games. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like he hasn't won us no games in the league. Like, he ain't won games in the league before. He has. But my issue is, why did we go for it in 4th and 9 instead of trusting your kicker to kick the field goal? At least attempt it. See if we can get it. I think that was a poor decision by whoever made that decision to go for it on 4th and 9. I get it that you wanted to be a little bit closer, but I wouldn't have did that. I would have trusted my kicker and Chris Boswell to kick the field goal. It was really dumb. We made some dumbass decisions, and yeah, it's biting us in the ass. I looked on the interviews and shit. It's like I don't even watch the interviews no more when it comes to the Steelers organization, leadership, coaches. It's like, and even players. Like, I'm done like watching that shit because it's the same shit every year. But you said this. You say these things. How we need to get better. How we need to be. We need to do better as an organization and team. But you go right out there and do the same exact shit. So it's every year that we have to listen and deal with this. Like I said, nothing's gonna never change. You get what you pay for, especially like when you cheap out on offense. The only person you really did pay for was DK. He has a lot of money, but I don't blame DK at all. I don't. I'm sorry. I really don't blame him. It comes to a point where you have to get off your high horse and pay these offensive players. We are cheating ourselves out on players that we know that can produce, and we just don't get them. We too damn cheap. That's why some people don't want to come to us. I mean, DK, yeah, he got paid. Congrats. Shout out to DK. He did get paid. But it's been a history of us always going cheap on offense, even with coordinators as well. Um, we cheat ourselves out. We do this. I'm not even surprised. Like you get what you pay for. You put all that money on defense, and you expecting what exactly? I mean, of course, yeah, we put up 28 points. Yes, we did. Yeah. But it didn't really feel that way. To me, it personally, it didn't feel that way because how the decision was being made and how we was calling. We called our last time out on an injury play. That's when James Pierre was down. But it's like we should have kept that. I don't. The poor decision making, the poor choices that we made, we paid for it, and I'm happy that others are able to be. People are seeing exactly what I've been saying. Years of making Steelers content, and people are waking they fucking brains and eyes wide the fuck open. It's comes to the point where you know only thing nothing's gonna change unless we continue to do what we just did. Nothing gonna change unless we continue to do. I know it's not gonna happen. We're not gonna lose, but at this point you're gonna have to lose because for us to get some better picks and stuff like that. Like it needs to be steady. This organization needs to be steady on how they bring guys in, and then they fucking just release guys and bring them back. Like loyalty is a bitch. Loyalty is a really it is a bitch. We too loyal. We too damn friendly. We too busy. Coaches too busy trying to be players' friends and shit instead of want to be able to adapt to the new, you know, style of football in 2025. We too caught up on somebody's name, what they used to be, what player they used to be, and we bring them to this organization expecting shit. But shout out to Kyle Duggar. Kyle Duggar was a solid free agent pickup. I will say he was a solid pickup. But at the same time, this organization is a clown show because you got Cowboys. I mean, I don't blame the Cowboys. I don't blame the media. They gonna talk because Pickens got over 1,000 yards, like I've been saying. Cause I told people when that trade happened, and they got a solid quarterback in my opinion. Dak is playing some amazing football. Yeah, I said it. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of his, but he is playing some solid football, and Pickens is getting his shares of targets. I'm happy for him, and like I said, I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I'm definitely rooting for JP, and he's doing his thing over there. You gotta give your flowers where it needs to be, and he's doing his thing. Can't knock him for that, you know. Can't knock the man because he wanted to leave, even though Omar Khan tried to cover it up and say we traded him and stuff. He lied, by the way, about that shit. But Pickens told his side, and that's that. But like I said, man, we got a we got a couple more games to go, and we got the Bills up next, which is not going to be an easy game. We have not beaten Josh Allen yet, not even regular season or the playoffs. Like I said, what they said, something got to change. And I don't really believe that unless they can go out there and actually play some football, some Steelers football. I gotta believe it. I gotta watch it to believe it. I'm not hearing for words. I'm not listening to actual words. I have to see action. Something has to be done. No more of that. I will get better in interviews. We tired of hearing that. It's time to put your big boy shoes on and fucking play. And fucking coach as well. And it ain't just the players. But like I said, man, hopefully y'all have a good, amazing holidays. And I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace.